train yards, thinking about graveyards. Wonder, Lord, what would they ever write on mine? Another soul laid to rest on a cold Montana morning, just trying to make it north of 49.
Hey guys, so we're just at a new ADC job we're about to set up here. So the landowner here, obviously, he's had some trees taken down, and they had them fenced off here hoping the beavers weren't going to take them. Unfortunately, they called me quite a while ago. It's probably been about a month and a bit, but I just haven't been able to get out here. And this is the main cutting trail we're dealing with down here. So we probably won't set up a pile of traps here. We're probably just going to put maybe one or two on this main run, and then try and find another run or two down this bank. But there's a fair chance that it's just that one really big run here. So you see there's another little cutting trail here possibly. Yeah, actually right there we can go look in here and see what we're dealing with. She's thick all the way to the bottom. But there is a creek down below here. This is kind of like the overflow loop on this this creek. So it's actually really high right now. But yeah, we're gonna set up a couple of traps on there. Probably end up just putting two in for tonight, and hopefully come back tomorrow and pull them out before bears or coyotes get them. But I'll show you what I get set up and if I find anything else. Okay, so quick and easy. There's one down in here, and I put some poppet in front of it. Stay. And then same idea here. And of course number 3 right over there. So hopefully I'll get 2 or 3 here tonight. And hopefully 1 or 2 checks and we're done here. Morning guys. So we're back at it again here. It's been 4 days since we were last out here. I don't know if you guys recognize this spot. I'm sure we've been here enough. So it's been really hot the last few days. You can see beavers floated up there. But this is, we just set this one last time we came out. And that's that little hole in the dam there. So 1 beaver in that trap. And then down here. So I thought there'd only be 1 because again, we've cleared this thing I don't know how many times this summer. And there's another beaver floating right over there. So they don't look too bloated up there. I'm going to be able to take the casters out and salvage some of it, which is awesome. So, and then I'll toss them in the freezer for bear bait in the spring. But good start to this check. Both dams are open. From what I can see here, there doesn't look to be any fresh mud. There's no plugging or anything. So we're going to pull these traps and call her good again. And I'm sure in the next, 3 weeks to a month, we'll be back in here again because they just keep moving up the channel. But we'll head out to the next spot and see what we get. Well, we're taking a quick look around here. I'm hoping to find those beavers we shot the other night. The wind's blowing everything to this end here, so sure they'll be down there. But just see there's a beaver run coming up from under that pile I was shooting off of. There's another one right here. Looks like we got a cutting trail here. Don't think that's a den, but there's a den right here somewhere. Another cutting trail. And this is where the old house used to be. They haven't used this in a couple of years that I know of. Let's see. They got a trail right where I'm walking. Oh, I'm down. There we go. So if there's going to be any floating beavers, if the coyotes haven't picked them out yet, they will be over here. I see there's one heck of a trail. Doesn't look like it's still being used. Those are older tracks, but they might be using this house a little bit. Let's see. I don't see any carcasses floating up here, so the coyotes must have grabbed them already. But this is that back channel to get to the road back where we're trapping. So there's two ways for them to get around. Oh, a muskrat just splashed over there, but yeah. Looks like the coyotes grabbed the beavers already, so kinda sucks, but it is what it is. They gotta eat too. So, but we're gonna call this one clear. I don't think there's anything left in here. There's no fresh castor mounds or anything. No fresh tracks along the side. There's nothing fresh from them climbing up on here, so looks like this spot's clear. I think there was 5 or 6 beavers we killed in here, so a lot more than I was expecting, but yeah, goes to show it's really hard to predict how many beavers are in a given spot. So if you're trying to guess how many there are for a client, you might get it wrong. So, and this is all we were dealing with here, just this dugout. And like I said, just behind the feed or the brush pile, there's a creek that goes this way, then the creek that just comes this way. And 6 little beavers in this spot. So, okay, second last spot, and so this spot here, we only left 2 traps because I was thinking we're down to the last beavers, and we obviously are. You can see the dam's not built up at all. So just put this glove on. There we go. So first trap, obviously we had the hole in the dam which is missing. We'll check in a second. But we also had this castor mound. And there's actually the castor that I put on there last time, still here. So that means nobody's came to wipe it off. Our trap still set. Perfect. That means we're done in here. So just gonna fire that guy off. I don't like to dry fire them with nothing there to help slow those jaws down. So that's why I fired under the water, or I'll step on it with my foot to take it off. But we're gonna pull these traps because nothing's building and nothing took that castor out of there, so we know there's nothing left in here. And we'll let the guys at the county know that they can come take this dam out here now if they want. There we go. And then when I'm done with my footholds for transporting them, I always bring my locks and that up to the top. I'll show you how I put them in the truck. That way I don't have a big mess when I have 6 or 8 of these in the box. They're easier to grab. But let's check this body grip here and see what we got. That stick came out way too easy. That's not good. Oh, there's the cable. Good. Yeah, that stick pulled it way too easy. I can feel some weight. And maybe a muskrat or something set it off. But yeah, it's not plugged up here with, it's just weeds that have flown in here, so, or flowed in here, sorry. So yeah, we're gonna call this one good. And pull out. One more spot to check. So yeah, here's how I store my traps. I just have them hanging down here. That way the cables or the chains and everything aren't getting tangled up and making a mess down in there. You have to ram and yank to get them out. I can just reach in, untangle them if they are, lift them out, pull them out, and shove them back down in place. As you can see, I got this cool custom holder here. I did that one myself. You could pay somebody to do it if you wanted, but all I did was back into a tree with the tailgate down. Not intentional, but it worked out in the end, I guess. So let's check that last spot. Okay guys, we're back along the highway here. Really hoping we can pull this bunch of traps out of here too. But let's see what we got. Guessing this trap's still set. Yep. It's mudded in a little bit though. And what do we got over here? We set that kind of bottom edge style trap farther up over there, but over here looks like we still got a set trap, I'm guessing. Yeah, it feels like it. So that's two of the dens. We've got two more traps up this way. But it kind of looks like he's been doing some excavating or something in here, which I think is where the trap is. This one is still set as well. Worst part is I can't come and shoot here if I need to, if I've got a beaver I can't catch. So if we don't have them, I might have to bring that Comstock trap and set it somewhere back in here and hope he goes into it. I'm kind of running out of options. The water feels a little bit deeper than I remember, but see. And the trap's somewhere around here. I gotta. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the beaver. I haven't seen any fresh mud on the banks, so I was pretty sure there's only one beaver in here to start with. So we're gonna call this one good too. And he's a little bit bloated up. Oh, he's a little bit bloated up, not bad though. So I can still take the casters out of there. But kind of what I thought, not a big one, but pretty wicked. We got to close down all the jobs here today. We'll get the county to come in and take this dam out. And yeah, we're all caught up on our jobs here. I'm gonna start spraying this afternoon here for desiccating the crops. So we'll be starting farming season here in about probably 10 days, 10 to 12 days kind of thing. We'll be starting to combine. Then we'll have a little bit of a break because there's a bunch of crop that's not ready to spray. So hopefully we can keep up with trapping this fall. And I'll do my best to video what I can, or what I remember at least. And I'll keep posting some videos up for you guys. As always, if you're enjoying it, like, share, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff, and we'll try and catch you in the next one. Okay guys, we're back at this damage control spot we have here. Last time we came, we had one trap down over the hill, the next one pushed over. You can see walking up right now. He's moved this out of the way, he pushed it out of the way. I was told there's one trap down the hill, so we're gonna move this so Jack doesn't step on it, because that's the last thing we need. And trap set off with nothing in it, so that's not good. Might have to try something a little bit different here if that keeps happening. And this trap is still set. So, not the greatest news. We're gonna reset this trap just the way we had it and see what happens here. We're gonna put this one back under the hill, or under the fence. And I can see where they're cutting. It's right here. This looks like a fresh tree they've taken out. Actually, no, right here. Yeah, that's a really fresh one. So, yeah, they're still wanting to come up here. I didn't see any other new trails that they've made to set up on. Let's take a look over here for the quick. So, they got a path there, but it's not packed right down. And maybe here. Not really. Got a little bit of a trail, but not enough to say they're constantly using it. Yeah, it just disappears here. We'll look over in this spot. Okay. Right here, they've got a trail we're gonna set a trap up on. So we'll move that one from under the fence and we're gonna put right here, because this is a good trail. So hopefully that'll produce another one for us, but it's kind of what we got going on today. It's kind of lazy. We're not doing a whole pile of traps right now, just because it's a quiet part of the year. And trying not to catch them while they got kits on the ground that can't survive without the adults and that sort of thing. So taking care of just the damage control stuff and the culverts. They're getting plugged on the road, and that's about it. So the next few weeks are going to be slow. I'm going to be starting farming here in 10 days, so it's harvest time. But try and take you along for some of it and show you guys what we're up to. But okay, like I said, this is that new one we just put in. So this one I actually put the triggers on the bottom and bead them down, or teed them off. That way it can actually walk through without having any triggers in its face. So hoping that's gonna help. And then back check. And then, like I was saying, I reset that other one here. Just around this way. And I kind of set it up the same way. But I put the triggers on the bottom and I put them kind of V'd out. So one's going down this way and one's going down that way. It's giving this whole area here for him to put his head in without the triggers in his face. The reason why I'm not putting the triggers on the bottom on this one is because then they'd be sticking up right in front of him and he'd have no choice but to hit them. But when they're going like this, he can kind of duck underneath through this opening. So it's kind of the reasoning why I'm doing the triggers the way I'm doing them. That other spot's kind of flat and he's actually able to get his head up when he's walking, rather than, when he's climbing up this, his head's going to be right down close to the bank, trying to keep his weight as low to the ground as possible. So, kind of the reasoning why I put the triggers the way I am. But yeah, that's how we got her set up. So, if you're enjoying it, like, share, follow, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.